Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. Sorry I couldn't do this video last week as I had a bit more research to do on it to sort of pad it out. Anyway, on with it. As you know, this is what we got with the finished product. It was a dog's dinner of a movie with bits of the Han Solo's real life all cobbled together in a mess, and it's no wonder it lost money. Within the first 10 minutes of the movie starting, I realised it wasn't identical with what I've read in the two trilogy stories, i.e. the 6 novels concerning Han's early life. The first one of which would be this one. It follows the adventures of a young Han from his childhood as a pickpocketing street urchin to his days as a competitive racing pilot, i.e. like a super bike in the Star Wars galaxy, up until the very moment he approaches the table in the Mos Eisley Cantina. That was in A New Hope. This would have been the first movie. This would have been the second movie. This would have been... It's a convoluted novel, this is. It involves Han finally getting the Millennium Falcon, not the way it was in Solo, a Star Wars story. This is on a tangent to this, because he gets the Falcon, improvises it into a smuggler's ship, and then he goes into the corporate sector authority. This is somewhat different. This is the only one that's ever been made as a comic book. It's from the adventures of Luke Skywalker, based on the characters and situations created by George Lucas. So at least it's canon. This would be the sequel to that one. And this is the end of the third trilogy. Now this, going back, has elements of Rogue One in it, except the character is Briar, from the Paradise Snare. I'm not going to go through each novel. This is the Wikipedia page about the first trilogy. The Paradise Snare, Hut Gambit, and Rebel Dawn. And naturally I'll put the links below. And this is a Wikipedia for the tangent one. Han Solo's at Solo at Star's End, Han Solo's Revenge, and Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. This gives you the plot. Now, scriptwriters, they don't need to create a story. All they got to do is go through each of these novels, page by page. They have the story there. They have the characters there. They have the situation and the setting. And more importantly, they have the dialogue. On this one, no it wasn't, it was this one. Han meets another character which is not in the Wikipedia, and that's this guy, Galandro. He's a lethal gunfighter, super fast draw, exceptionally good aim, and he's killed more people than he can remember. Han gets the better of him and he wants revenge. And he gets revenge in here. I'm not going to tell you how Galandro comes to an end, but Galandro is not mentioned here anyway. That's really all I wanted to say on Han Solo's saga. Within 10 minutes of watching the movie, I realised it was nothing, it wasn't going to be anything like the novels that I grew up reading. I've read all of them about twice, and it wasn't like that at all. That's more or less it to finish off this part of the Star Wars videos that I've been doing. I'm not going to do any more on Han Solo because it's a bit pointless. We do have some good news, namely George would want to return to Star Wars if he has full control, so maybe, just maybe, they'll redo the Solo saga, but they'll get an actor that looks like a young Harrison Ford, and they'll do it properly like those novels. No doubt he knows about the novels, or somebody in his team, people he knows, Dave Filoni. Unfortunately, the bad news is she's still... I hate it when that happens. She's still there. And until you pry her out of Lucasfilm and have a purge of it, of all the people like her there, it's not going to change. She hints at upcoming Star Wars, which is Star Wars... Oh, what's the name of it? Something begins with a H, anyway. Might be directed by a woman. If the woman knows what she's doing and she understands Star Wars, no problem with that. But knowing her, it'll probably be another social justice weirdo woman with a gender politics agenda. But anyway, I just wanted to finish this Solo section of my Star Wars bit off. I won't be doing any more. I'll just report on any news that I find in the coming weeks or so. Okay, people, that's it. You know the routine. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Completely up to you. So until the next one, bye-bye.